on yourself. And
Hmm.
why do you regard dating somebody as something that would distract you from your musical goals?
No, I wouldn't say it's a distraction, but for me right now, where my mind is, I feel like having somebody, having a boyfriend right now would just be too much for me because I'm too focused on my career and myself right now to be having time to be calling a boy every morning or going to sleep. I have to make sure I tell him this or check on him. I feel like my mind would slip because I'm thinking about so many other things.
Okay, so before you started your musical career, were you dating somebody?
Before I started my musical, in school, yeah, I was in America.
And what happened?
Oh,
Just
nothing. It was just a school relationship, and then we just went separate ways. When I moved to Ghana, and then he also went on with his career, and that was just the end.
okay. All right, no problem. So let's look at something else. See if someone wants to come in and ask another question. So I'm going to bring him
Okay.
in, and then we will continue our conversation.
Okay.
All right, see if
Um, uh, yeah. So someone is saying that you've perhaps studied the Ghanaian musical trend and see that when you become very controversial with answering your questions and all those things, it gives you some mileage that like something that is bad publicity. So
Hmm.
some part of the listeners are saying that you can cook, but you just want to use that as a yardstick because the average Ghanaian man really wants someone who can cook, or the average Ghanaian person would want a lady who can cook. And you know that when you say
Hmm.
you can't cook, it's going to bring discussions like this. Is it that
Hmm.
you really can't cook, or it's just a formal like for publicity?
No, I'm real, 100%. I can't cook at all. I can't cook at all. Yes, it's kind of shameful to say because I'm a woman. On top of that, I'm a Ghanaian woman, but I can't cook. But I will learn. I will learn. In life, it's about learning. So I will learn since it's very important. And I plan on being with an African man. It's important for me to learn how to cook.
let,
Do,
let,
do
me
you
ask,
smoke or drink?
let me ask this. Look, I've heard rumors of Bullets sort of having weird relationships with the female artists that
Yeah.
he started with Ebony, and people saying he had dated Ebony, or he had sex with Ebony and all this kind of stuff. What is your true relationship with him? Are you guys having anything more than a professional relationship, or has he ever tried anything on you? Have you heard any of those rumors, and how have you dealt with them?
Me and Bullet's relationship is strictly business. Strictly business. Of course, we're a family, so we have a family tie, but we are strictly business. There's no weird relationship and none of that. No, there's none of.
Okay, all right, and then have you heard about the fact that people say he has some sort of sexual relationship with every artist that he manages or he works with? Have you heard anything of that sort?
Yes, of course, people are gonna say that, but for me, it's like I don't really judge people until I really get to know them. And me knowing Bullet for who he is, he's not that type of person at all.
Okay, all right. And let's look at the music industry in general, perhaps the whole entertainment industry. Um,
Hmm.
this is not a secret that you would meet lots of men who would say, "Look, I can help you either with
Hmm.
publicity or with this or with that, unless you sleep with me." Have you had any sort of those requests since you started your musical journey at all in Ghana?
No. And then the fact that my mom is standing behind me, she's in it, she's financially inside of it. I haven't received any of those because
Really?
yes, I have not. I have not.
Okay. So what about
So
what comes off as a genuine interest? Like, all these um, big men, they call them in Ghana,
Mhm.
would want to express interest, either genuine or not. You and I cannot really, on the face of it, establish. So, have you had any sort of big man or, somebody quite in his 50s, 60s, older, far older than you, expressing interest in wanting to date you at all?
No, no, not really. No, I have not actually. No. And my mom being like, a lot people here in Ghana know my mom and they know I'm her daughter. So it kind of also puts like a, back off sign like, hey, no, because, what if they end up knowing my mom? That's kind of embarrassing. So,
Okay, all
Who's
right.
your mom? We've been talking about your mom, like the fact that Ghanaians know your mom. Who's your mom?
Oh, my mom, she's a very nice lady. She's a very nice Samaritan. Oh, when I say like big men, I know you guys are talking about like politicians and
Yeah.
big men. For some of those, I see them as like uncles, or I don't see them in that type of like on a
That
dating
that
level.
that does it mean that your mom is related very close to politicians in Ghana for them to know who she is? When
No, my mom
classifying
is
for
into
the fact that
politics.
you are classifying big men as politicians.
Her mom
And
is.
then
I can answer that for her. Her mom is involved in politics, so I guess she's just talking about
oh, okay,
cycle
makes
of.
sense. So one quick question: who are you looking on to collaborate with in the future
In Ghana or just general?
in Ghana?
In Ghana, definitely Shatawale, of course, 100%. Stoneboy, Effia. Honestly, everyone. Quincy Arthur, everyone. I'm down for it.
Anand says, "Hey, Fantana, would you like to date Patapa?"
He's a nice man, but no, I'm not ready to date. Patapa, I love his energy.
But that's it. Okay. Saki is asking another one. Do you smoke or drink?
No, I don't smoke or drink.
You don't drink at all. Is that what you're saying?
Um, no, I don't drink at all. Maybe on occasion, like okay, a birthday, I'll have a sip. Just because everyone is sipping. But I don't drink like oh, I
So
have to drink Henny.
we're not
No,
going to
no,
get a video of you drinking ukeke and all that kind of stuff.
no, I don't drink those drinks. No, please.
Okay. Steve, the paparazzis can get to work. She says she doesn't drink.
Oh yeah,
I know.
Okay, all right. So let's go back to music. For you, how many singles do you have out there so far?
So What was my first single, the first time I've ever recorded in any studio, and the
Okay.
music video as well, my first music video.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's interesting. Where did you guys shoot the music video at all?
Yeah. Yes, no music video. This is my first one ever.
Okay, I'm asking, where did you shoot So What's music video?
In Johannesburg, South Africa.
Oh, okay. And
Yes.
what did you find interesting about the whole enterprise, the whole exercise of shooting, being an artist? Because at that point, you were an artist. Look, you got a song out,
Yeah.
you shooting music, video for it. How did you feel? Like, what was it like for you?
I was very shy at first because it's my first time and like there's a camera in my face and I have to do things and I can't see myself doing it, but I'm doing it, and I'm like, whoa, do I look crazy? Am I doing it right? I was very, very shy, but as time went on, I got the hang of it. So now it's like if I shoot another music video, I'm on point. You'll get used to it as time goes on.
Okay, same thing I asked. Another person is now repeating it. Nana Kwame is asking, do you see Wendy Shah as a threat or a competitor? I guess you've answered that.
Thank you for this question.
All right, Cephas, you can go on with your question and then
Okay, so what was it? Oh, Chris just asked the question. The question is gone.
Okay, all right. So let's go on. His question is disappeared. With you having moved from America to Ghana, did you have any sort of idea as to what your musical journey is going to be like, and what are the obstacles you are currently facing in the music industry that you think, look, if I was in America, I was doing music elsewhere, I wouldn't face it. I understand your mom is behind you; she's pushing you, financially and perhaps emotionally and all those sort of areas. But what are some of the obstacles that you are facing every time with your music?
So here in Ghana, I felt like I have to be a little bit cautious of the things that I say. And then when I say something, I have to make sure it's fully explained so people don't take it out of context. So I had to make sure I was very cautious, even with my appearance, like this is not like America where I can just wear a bikini and walk on the street and people are like, oh, that's normal. Here, if I wear a bikini, walk on the street, they're going to be like, whoa, what is she doing? So I had to like adjust to a lot of things here that maybe I wouldn't be facing if I was a musician in America. And then, of course, me saying, oh, I don't know how to cook. You know, here in Africa, it's proper for an African woman to know how to cook, but in America, it doesn't really matter. So, you know, there's things that I say, the backlash I receive here that I wouldn't receive over there.
Okay, all right. And if you, now that you're in the music industry, right? Well, what are some of the main defects with the industry that you find yourself in? So you're looking at the actual industry. So I'm not looking at what you face as an artist alone. So you're looking at the whole industry and some of the huge, you know, defects or barriers that you think Ghanaian musicians are facing, such that it is curtailing their progress.
Well, for me, I can only speak on the females being a female, but the
Okay.
men are doing very well. But for females, I feel like we have to prove ourselves. We have to work harder. We have to do 10 times more because we are women. You know, as females, we cannot just go on a stage and stand and jump up and down. You know, we have to put in more work. We have to show like, okay, I'm Fantana. I'm on the stage. This is what I'm made of. I'm killing it. So in the music industry in general, I feel like the females have to work harder. You know, it's not easier.
Oh, okay. All right. So
Yeah.
I understand your mom is solidly behind you in terms of your music
Yeah.
career.